Hello student, I'm Purnima and I'm going to teach you a new lesson in today's class. So first of all, I welcome you all in my English class, and children, I hope you're fit and fine today. And this lesson is a new lesson which I have taken from your book, Moments. Now this lesson is dealing with helping attitude of a person. The key word here is help. So as usual, I start my lesson with some moral value. Now let's think some thought related to this. So what I thought just now, that God help those who help themselves. God will never help those who will never help themselves. So children, directly or indirectly, this thought suits this story. Okay. And let me first write the name of the chapter, and this is chapter number 10 from your book Moment. So let me write the name of the chapter. This is chapter 10 from your book Moment, and the name of the lesson is The Beggar. Okay, now children, beggar, I think everybody know. In every place we can see them. Mostly in all the countries you can find some beggar. But begging doesn't mean that beg only for money. Children, sometimes situations are there in our life that we have to beg for so many things. Okay, if a patient is dying, then they go and beg to the doctor to save the life of a patient. If a child is writing an examination and the bell rang, still he has got one question, half he has completed. So he begged the teacher to give at least 1 or 2 minutes more. Okay, so here begging doesn't mean that just beg for the money. Now, as I told you, the central idea of this lesson is the helping attitude of human behavior. And one more thing, children, if a person wants to do anything, definitely nobody can stop him. But if a person don't want to do anything, nobody can help him. So it depends upon the individual that what type of person he is. The more you will look to the individual, the different character you will find. We just see in the classroom itself. Some people finish their work quickly, some people are late. It may be due to any circumstances, I'm not telling. Okay, so it depends upon the situation, it depends upon the individual also. Now children, let me tell you about the characters of this story. So there are 3 major characters here. First is Sarji. He is an advocate. Then Lashkov, another character, and of course an old lady is there who is keeping and caring for the house of Sarji, and her name is Olga. So children, there are these 3 characters are there. One is Sarji, the second is Lashkov, and third is Olga. They are the 3 major characters of this story. Now children, let me tell you something about the author. Author is Anton Chekhov. The author is Anton. Okay, so Anton Chekhov, this is the author of this story. Now children, let me tell you something about the background of the story. Well, a person is there and the name of that person is Sarchi. I told you he is an advocate. He had to go every day to the court or maybe some for other works. So one day as he was going, he had seen a person who was begging. Well, he was going, he just started looking at the person, and children, he heard what that beggar was saying. So he was crying to have pity on him. He is telling that he had nothing to eat for many days, as well as and the worst thing he felt when Sarji heard this, he told that he was teaching in a school 8 years before, but now he had lost his job. When Sarji heard this, he was surprised. He started looking at him. He went near him and he started looking at him in a more keen way. So, what happened? Sarji, he felt that he had seen this man somewhere else. Well, he started looking at him. First, he looked at his clothes. He was putting worn out clothes. His clothes were all worn out. It was an old clothes, okay, and not suitable for a good person to put that cloth. Children, then he saw the condition. He was wearing a fawn colored coat, as it was a very cold there. So he was putting a fawn colored coat. Now let me tell you what is the meaning of fawn. Children, a baby deer is known as fawn. Okay, so something brownish. Okay, that person, camel and brown color is mixed. That color is a fawn color. So he was putting, Lashkov was putting coat of fawn color, and children, he was begging. He was saying that he don't have money to buy, even he don't have money to buy food also. And earlier he was teaching in a school for 8 years. For some reason, he had been kicked off from the school. So, children, in this way, the beggar is described by Sarji. Who is Sarji? He is an advocate. Now, the beggar, I told you, he was in rags. What is a rags? The worn out cloth was showing that he is really don't have any money. He is a poor person. And children, he had a dull and drunken eyes. People, if they used to see his eyes, they can tell that he used to drink a lot. And then, of course, children, he had the red spot on his other cheek. The thing which surprised Sarji was his shoes. When he saw his shoes, okay, one was a bit higher. The heel of one of the shoes was a bit higher, and the heel of one of the shoes was a bit lower. When Sarji saw this, he was surprised. He started remembering that he had seen the shoes somewhere else. He started remembering, and suddenly, children, he remembered. What he remembered? He recognized the beggar. He told him that he had met him in Sadova Street. Sadova is the name of a place. So he just remembered that they have already met in Sadova Street. Then he had called himself and his student. Again, he was begging at that time there also, but this time, what he was telling at that time, that he is not a school teacher, but he is a student. And what else he told? He told that he was kicked off from the school, and now he don't have money even to eat. Now, when Sarji heard this time when he is pretending to be a school teacher, he was really very irritated. He was really very angry with such type of person that just for few coins they are telling so many lies. Just for few coins they are begging, which was not acceptable by a hard-working person like Sergi. So when he came near him and when he started begging, let's see what he told. He told him first that you are just telling lie. Sometimes you are pretending to be a teacher, sometimes you are pretending to be a student. Now at first he refused that he had never pretended to be a student, but then he reminded him that in the street of Sadova he had already seen him begging as a student. He was telling everybody that he was thrown off from the school, he was a student there, he could not pay his fees, and that's why he was not allowed to stay in the school. And now his condition has become so worse that he had to beg. So children, due to such lies, he was not liked by educate Sarji. When Sarji told him, he told me, why don't you work? Why are you begging? Sometimes you are telling that you are a school teacher. Sometimes you are telling that you are a student. It doesn't look good. Now, children, when Sarji told him, he was feeling a bit ashamed. He told him that he is not getting any work. Okay, so Sarji, now children, my keyword is here, how I am using it. Now children, Sarji moved a step and he told, okay, I will help you. Okay, so that's why I have taken that thought. God helped himself, God helped those who help themselves. So children, here Sarji is offering a work to him and he told, okay, if you're not getting the work, you can come to my house, there's a lot of work there and I will tell you what to do. Well children, the beggar, he really don't want to do any work, the fact was that. Because till now what was happening, he was just pretending as if he's a school teacher, sometime as a student, and he used to beg, people used to believe him, people used to give him a lot of money. And finally children, he never had taken paid to work. Now it was in his regular habit to beg. So when Sarji offered him a work, in fact, children, let me tell you, he did not want to do any work. But he felt so ashamed when Sarji told him that you are a young, healthy person. Instead of working, you are just begging. Aren't you feeling ashamed? You are telling lies and you are begging. You are making food to the people. In this way, children, he started feeling that Jack Blushkop, he felt bad and he thought he accepted his work and he told him that he is ready to work, whatever work will be given to him. Well, he told, okay, you come to my house, I will provide you a work. I am having a lot of work in my house. And finally, he told, okay. He took him to his place. He offered him work. Children, what was the work? It was the work to chop a wood. Now, children, the place where they were living, it was a place where there was a snowfall during winter time. And fire was the best thing. So they used to sit around the fire to get some heat for their body. So he told, and even the cooking was done at that time the wood sorting. So he told that since he don't have time, he isn't educated and he can chop some wood and keep it in the wood in the shade where the woods are kept, and then he will be he can earn some money by working like that. Well, children, Lashkov, he started thinking. At first, he did not want to come to his house because till now he was begging. His basic needs were fulfilled by begging. Alright, so now what happened? Children, now, but since he felt shame, he felt embarrassed, and he told, okay, whatever work you will give, I will be doing it. Well, he went to his house, children. He was given the work to chop the wood, to cut the wood, okay. And poor fellow, it seems that he was working for the first time. Now, when he went to his house, he spoke Olga. See, I have written here the name of the lady who used to take care of the house also, and she used to cook for him. So he told him that this is a chap who will help us in cutting wood, and you can take him behind the house where the woods are kept, so he can cut it into pieces. Now, Olga, when he saw him, she did not tell him anything. Well, she took him there at the back of Sarji's house, and she felt that he is not willing to work. She started shouting. Okay, there was a glass window from where Sarji can watch everything from that window. So what happened? He told Olga. He saw Olga, and he felt as if Olga is shouting at him. She is very angry with him. Whatever the talk was going on between them, that he was not able to hear. He only predicted that she might be shouting at him. So, children, Olga, okay, she kept lot of logs of wood in front of him, and what was it, the conversation was going on between them, this he was not able to listen, but then he felt, student, that Olga was annoyed and irritated with him. Well, children, he finished his work. He got few rubles. Rubles is a currency of Russia. This is a Russian story. Okay. So he got some rubles, he got some money, and next day also he was called by the advocate. He came next day also. Okay. Again he felt Olga is very happy. He could not hear what was the thing going on, what they were talking. Only he realized that Olga is feeling very angry with him. Well, the beggar is given some more work to do. He was offered some more work to do. And but sometimes the author felt that he was reluctant in doing the work. Well, children, so he was given lot of job. Now one day the author has to go to some other place, and the author told that he would be requesting one of his friend now that he should get some desk job. The job was of a bit of higher level. The person who used to beg, now he was doing some domestic work, and now writer, the narrator, that is the advocate Sarji, he told him now he has to leave, and now he can help him in packing and shifting of the house, but he told he will request one of his friend to give you a desk job. Desk job is, I think, children, when a person write or when person see an account, so all this is known as desk job. He told I will find some desk job for you. When children, time passes, time flies away very quickly, and with the time, okay, both forgot each other. Sarji and Lashki both were busy. Lashkov both were busy in their life. One day, after 2 years, they met accidentally. they met at a place. It was a theater. Both had come to see a play. And children, Sarji, he was surprised. Now his look has changed. His dress, his style. Now he can see that he is earning a good money. Now Sarji thought that it is just because of him, because he told his friend that he should provide a desk job for him. Children, the last part of the story I will not tell. That I will tell you when I will be explaining you the lesson. He became rich, and he indirectly, it was Sarji who had helped him to find a job for him. But children, what really happened? Definitely children, earlier he did not want to work, but now he worked. And I told you, God helped those who help themselves. So now he is helping himself. He himself want to work. And from the dress he put, okay, he went to the theater. It seemed that he was earning quite well. Nice money he is earning. Okay. Well, when both were standing in a queue to buy a ticket, and here Lakshkov thanked Sarji that indirectly he was responsible to make him a nice person who can earn now. But children, he had a special thanks for Olga. This I will tell you when I will be ending my story, when I will be doing the explanation part. So children, with this, the background of the story I have told you, with this, the background, and you can say the summary of the story I have told you. And now children, I will be doing the explanation part. Okay, so open your book, open to page I will be telling you. And first of all children, once again I repeat my word, God help those who help themselves. If you want to achieve something in your life, help yourself. No shortcuts. Help yourself in your studies, and definitely you will get a very good marks. Okay, just like Lashkov. Earlier he did not want to work, but now he is working very hard, and he has become a self-dependent man. He has become a self-dependent man, a person who was really earning good, and now he is enjoying his life. How? Because I told you, he met that advocate where? He met him in the theater where both have gone to see the play. So children, we should always work hard. And children, one more thing children, the moral of the story is I've told you the background, so let me tell you the moral of the story also, that children, here first moral is there, God help those who help themselves. Second children, we must also help the needy person who really requires help. Children, it was the hand of Sarji who touched Lashkov. He pushed him. He told him to do some job. He told, if you want, why you are begging? He was the person who advised him. He was the person who guided him. So, children, if you will help needy person, your help can change his life. So, this is the moral of the story. Okay, and now I will be doing the explanation of the lesson. So, children, please open your book. So, children, let's start reading. I will be doing the explanation as well as I will be explaining you the new and different words. Okay, so you can see the name of the book is Moment, and children, we are doing chapter 10. The name of the lesson we all know is The Beggar. Now, in the appetizer parts, first let's read the appetizer part. What induced the beggar Lashkov to change his ways? That means, what motivated that beggar, whose name was Lashkov, to change his whole life? His whole life was changed. So let's read and find it out. Kind sir, have pity. Turn your attention to a poor, hungry man. For 3 days I have had nothing to eat. Now children, when I am reading something, please pay attention. So many punctuation marks are there in the first stanza only, first paragraph only. Okay, you can see, and children, the word is starting, the first line is starting in the inverted comma. So I will tell you where we put inverted comma before explaining the lesson. Now children, inverted comma is put when some person is speaking. When some person is saying something, his exact word is put in the inverted comma. Okay, so you can see these words, it is put in the book. You can see these words are there in the inverted comma. And kind sir, have pity. Turn your attention to a poor, hungry man. Children, when we will read this, we will come to know that these are somebody's exact word. Okay, somebody has spoken this word. Generally, the story stops once upon a time. There lived. Okay, so see how nicely the story is starting. Okay, it is starting with the direct speech, with the inverted comma portion. That means this is a story is starting with the dialogue of someone. So he is telling who is that someone. I think you will come to know as soon as I will tell you. Read, you will come to know that whose dialogues are this. Kind sir, have pity. Turn your attention to a poor, hungry man. For 3 days I have nothing to eat. I haven't 5 kopecks for a lodging. So children, he is telling, kind sir, have pity. Now children, who might this person is? It can be. So definitely it is Lashkov. Okay, and he is begging. He is standing in the road and he is begging, and what he is telling? Kind sir, have pity. Have pity means show mercy on me. Turn your attention to a poor, hungry man. Please be attentive towards me and think about me. I am a poor as well as I am a hungry person. For 3 days I have had nothing to eat. He is telling, since last 3 days he had nothing to eat. I haven't 5 kopecks for lodging. Kopecks is a children Russian currency. So he is telling he is not having 5 kopecks for lodging also, to stay somewhere. I swear it before God. Now children, this thing I will never do. Begging, and first of all he is begging, and second thing children, he is swearing also. So that man is having a weak character. He is telling lie. Okay, he wants that the pity should arise in the heart of the people, and then they could give him some money. This was his habit, regularly to have money from everywhere. So while the other chaps they are working hard, other guys they are working very hard, he is simply begging. So he is telling, I swear it before God. For 8 years I was village school teacher, and then I lost my place through NGQ. I fell a victim to calumny. Okay. Well, he told that I was a school teacher. I was simply a village school teacher, and there I lost my place. That means I lost my placement. I lost my job through interviews. Interview means had plans. I fell a victim to calumny. Children, calumny is making a false and defamative statement. I think you should know this word. Children, meaning of calumny. Calumny means making a false and defamatory statements. So children, just see how he is arising pity in the heart of other people, and he is begging. So children, let's see what happened. Are the people, they are giving him something, or what is being done to him? This I will be telling you in my next video. Okay, thank you and have a nice day ahead.